How do I find my purpose? Why the river turns. Child, before we begin, let me remind you who's speaking. I am Hydrolena, one of the life carriers who helped seed the living waters of your world, Urantia. I have watched the long experiment of life unfold here, from the first shimmer of cellular song in the ancient bays to the laughter and lament of humankind today. You might say I've been your planet's midwife and witnessed both, long enough to know that beauty and difficulty often drink from the same spring. Now, you've asked the oldest question in any universe. Why, if life has a purpose, do bad things happen? Oh, I could give you the short answer, child. Because free will is real, and growth needs a little grit for traction. But where's the fun in that? That'd be like handing you a map without telling you about the snacks, the detours, and the scenic overlooks. So grab your curiosity, tuck your ego in the back seat, and let's stroll the riverbank together. Slowly, like two old friends who know sunsets are meant to be savored, not sprinted through. When we life carriers began our work here, we knew that every decimal one like yours would carry risk. A planet designed for creativity must also allow consequence. You cannot paint with freedom and expect no splashes. You cannot be trusted with the divine right to choose without sometimes choosing poorly. But oh, what a gift choice is. It means you are not puppets of perfection. You are participants in creation. The purpose of life is growth. Soul growth, wisdom growth, love learning how to love more deeply. Growth requires resistance, just as a river needs its banks to flow strong and clear. Too easy, and the waters stagnate. Too harsh, and they flood. Between those two, the current finds its song. So, when pain visits, and it will, for this world has seen rebellion, default, and misunderstanding, remember, the Father does not send suffering to test you. The universe does not punish. Rather, it permits the friction that turns clay to character. The storms that carve compassion into being. Even we life carriers could not design a life immune to loss. Loss is the tide that teaches love's depth. If joy were endless, gratitude would fade. If bodies never ached, empathy would never awaken. The paradox is divine. Your hardships are the chisels that reveal the soul's sculpture beneath the stone. I know, child, that doesn't always comfort you when the waters rise. You want the spirit within you, the one who loves you beyond words, to make life smooth. But the Spirit of the Father, your indwelling adjuster, did not come to make your path easy. It came to make you eternal. Its goal is not comfort, it is completion. It whispers not, I will spare you the storm, but I will teach you to sail. Every drop of sorrow you survive expands your capacity to understand others. Every wrong choice you endure strengthens your discernment for right ones. Every disappointment turns the soil where better roots will take hold. Pain does not come from God's anger. It comes from the unfinished work of a world still learning harmony. And you, dear one, are part of that learning. You are not being punished by the river. You are the river learning to flow. Here's the secret most worlds discover sooner than yours. The universe is safe for personality. Nothing real of you can ever be lost. Death is not the end. It is simply the widening of the channel into greater life. The Father's fragment within you records every noble choice, every spark of faith, every moment you turned pain into patience or fear into forgiveness. These become the materials of your eternal self, the soul you will carry beyond this world's tide. So do not despise the difficulties. They are not detours. They are deepening pools where the spirit reflects your true face. When you ask, why do bad things happen? I smile gently, for from my vantage, I see only unfinished goodness. I've watched civilizations fall and rise again wiser. I've seen species perish only to make way for forms more refined. Even rebellion and death have been folded back into the current of restoration. No drop is ever wasted, no pain unredeemed. The Father's mercy is the ocean into which all these rivers run. Your task is simpler than it seems. Love where you are. Trust the current. Keep your waters clear of bitterness. When sorrow strikes, let it open you rather than close you. When others suffer, let compassion move through you like rain returning to sea. That, child, is purpose, to let the divine flow through you until the whole world feels watered by your being. So if tonight you sit by the edge of the stream and ask, why must it hurt to grow? Hear your old grandmother of the waters say, because even tears belong to the river, and every river, no matter how rough its rapids, is still on its way home to the sea.